One effective strategy is to use problems connected to the work of real scientists and engineers. Let's look at an example aligned to the Common Core State Standards for Mathematics, which asks middle school students to solve real-life and mathematical problems involving surface area and volume. This example comes from the Activity Guide for Cool Careers in Math. In this book, students read about 12 STEM professionals doing exciting work in mathematical fields. One of them is mathematical biologist Treshette Jackson. After students read about Treshette, they use math to investigate a question relating to cells.
As a mathematical biologist, Treshette Jackson uses math to evaluate new cancer treatments. Now let's see if we can use math to solve a problem in biology. Look at page 19. Jet, please read the first paragraph of why cells are little.
The cells that make up most plants and animals are tiny, between 10 and 30 micrometers in diameter. Why? It's because of the relationship between volume and surface area. See for yourself.
We're going to investigate the relationship between surface area and volume. I've drawn a table to help us organize our information. Imagine we have one 4-centimeter cube, 8 2-centimeter cubes, and 64 1-centimeter cubes. We're going to figure out the ratio of surface area to volume in each set of cubes. The book says the total volume is the same for each set, 64 cubic centimeters. I'm going to write that on the board. Now we'll figure out the total surface area for each set of cubes. Hannah, how would you figure out the surface area of the cube?
The area of one side is the length squared. Since a cube has 6 sides, we would find the area of one side and multiply it by 6.
Okay, what's the surface area of a 4-centimeter cube?
Well, it's 4 times 4 for one side, that's 16, and then it's 16 times 6 for the whole cube, that's 96 centimeters squared.
Okay, I'll write that in the table. How about 8 2-centimeter cubes? Ronald?
Each one has a surface area of 2 times 2 times 6. That is 24. Multiply that by 8. And that is 192 square centimeters.
What about 64 1-centimeter cubes? Morgan.
Each one has a surface area of 1 times 1 times 6. That's 6 square centimeters. Multiply that by 64, and you get 384 square centimeters. That's the surface area of all 64 cubes.
Okay, good. Now let's figure out the ratio surface to volume for each set of cubes. To do this, we need to divide the surface area by the volume. Vanessa, what's the ratio for a 4-centimeter cube?
First, you have to take the surface area, which is 96, and you divide it by the volume, which is 64, and then you get 1 and 1/2. So the ratio is 1.5 to 1.
Now what about the 8 2-centimeter cubes?
You take 192 and you divide it by 64, and then you get 3, so the ratio is 3 to 1.
What about the 64 1-centimeter cubes? Damaris?
Well, 384 divided by 64 is 6, so the ratio is 6 to 1.
What do you notice about the relationship between the surface area and the volume?
When something gets bigger, its volume increases faster than its surface area.
That's right. And that means the ratio of the surface area to the volume decreases. So how does that apply to cells? A cell has a membrane that separates the cells inside from the outside world. Openings in the membrane let nutrients in and waste products out. Does anyone have an idea what the ratio between surface area and volume has to do with the question we started with? Why aren't cells bigger? Jet?
If a cell gets too big, it might not have enough surface area to take in the nutrients it needs for its big volume.
And it might not have enough surface area to get rid of all its waste.
That's exactly right. In the case of a cell, bigger is not better.
The Authentic Mathematics Opportunities throughout the Key Concepts and Cool Careers books help students connect math to real professions and see the relevance and importance of the math they're learning.